The explosive trading of accusations between Prime Minister Dr. Terrance Drew and investor Philippe Martinez of MSR Media has clearly revealed a stark breakdown between the government and MSR Media. Martinez is suing the government and accused it of being complicit in corruption involving the Citizenship by Investment Programme. And while being complimentary in the past to the Prime Minister for reforms made to the CBI program, Mr. Martinez, in a recent viral podcast, was very critical of the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister, in return, at his most recent roundtable, questioned Mr. Martinez's character, linking it to his criminal past, and essentially said he was not eligible to be in the CBI program in the first place. So what does this mean for Mr. Martinez's investments in the country? MSR Media had purchased the OTI Hotel in Bastille, rebranded it as MSR Hotel, and had planned to use it as part of its movie production investment in the country. Several people were employed, and renovation works had begun. In a recent interview with the SK Newsline and Voice of the Caribbean Radio, Mr. Martinez was asked about the future of his investments and his relationship with the government and the country in light of the lawsuit.
I mean, first of all, as you know, we bought a hotel. The Prime Minister asked us to buy a hotel, and we bought it as a headquarters for the film industry. Obviously, we stopped shooting because of the lawsuit and because we want to see accountability. So yes, there is a future, but it's really, we have a lot of money to recoup. Before we invest, we need to see some of our money back, and we have tens of millions of dollars outside right now, and we're going after the people responsible of us being dupe in that CBI scheme.
In an interview with SK Newsline in August, I asked the Prime Minister a similar question.
In your view, how much do you think this new development has affected the relationship between the government and MSR Media? As an investor and as the government, has it affected it in any way negatively? And do you see the government continuing to work with MSR?
I would simply, I see you ask a lot of questions about MSR. Mm-hmm. I would simply say that MSR is given the opportunity to be looked at. Any investor go through their own, has the opportunity to what I call, the natural justice of any process. That is how I look at it. Mm-hmm. I would simply say that St. Kitts and Nevis, as a country, will always act in its best interest to protect itself. Mm-hmm. That is what I would say with respect to that. As you know, as you said, there's a lawsuit and so forth. So I would not get into a lot of specifics of anything, other than to say that we would always act in the best interest of St. Kitts and Nevis.
And that's understandable. Right. But in the end of the day, though, when this lawsuit is...
Well, when the lawsuit is done, let us have a conversation.
So when you get that bridge, you'll cross it.
Yeah. When I get there, I will discuss that.
Okay. It's clear from these responses that the relationship between the government and MSR Media is completely severed. This bearing in mind that MSR Media was selected as a benefactor for the public benefit option of the CBI program. What appeared to be a promising start to create a new industry in St. Kitts and Nevis is fast becoming a nightmare. Andre Huey, SKN Newsline.